See me now?
Yeah, hold on.
Do you see me now?
Yeah, hold on. We're on.
Okay.
On display one of the decks.
Oh, I think we've lost him. Hello, everybody.
Right here, right here.
1 second. Hold.
See me?
Reception is exceptionally bad right now on the ship. Everybody, hang on 1 second. Okay. Jamie, I think you're going to need to go outside on prom deck.
Okay. See me now?
Not seeing you yet. I could hear you, but I'm not seeing you right now.
How about right now? I'm walking out on the promenade deck. Here we go.
I can hear you fine, but I cannot see you yet.
You cannot see me. I'm right here. Here you go, buddy.
Oh, there we go. Okay, there we are. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Jamie from, used to be Jaime Exploring, now is Steam and Steel with Jamie is here with us.
Yes.
Live on the Queen Mary, and he's here to give us a little bit of a report. And so what have you seen so far?
Well, so far so good, as we know. First off, I'd like to say hello to everyone from the Queen Mary. As we know that the Queen Mary is built for storm and hurricane and all that. So for the most part, she's good. I did go up on one of the hallways. I sent you a picture, Stephen.
Yes.
And they did have a lot of fans out on one part of the hallway.
Right.
Where they were getting things dry.
Now you thought you had heard that it's possibly a plumbing-related issue and not a storm-related issue.
Well, on one location, it was plumbing, but from what I understand, on the other side, there was some leaks.
Okay.
Coming through the ceiling.
Okay.
So I don't know if you can see this right here, but as you can see, they're getting ready for Shack.
Yes.
Shack Fest.
Yes. Yes, we can see that.
Okay.
Let me just make sure. Let me check the live chat here really quick because I had it hidden. And everybody see and hear Jamie okay? Just give a shout out in the chat just to make sure. Let's give him a second here. Now say hello to everybody in the that's viewing right now. We got Max in here. We got Shiloh. We've got History Adventures with Candace Stoughton. I think it's Stoughton. Alex is here. Mike is here. And I think there's a few other people. We got an M. Brocky 26. Welcome, everybody. Okay, he's outside.
Yes. Okay, so Steven, you see me? Does everybody see me really good?
Yes.
Okay, so if there's ever been a time for everyone to see what's going on after the storm and what is happening since the storm, we've got a few good things and we've got some very interesting things.
Okay.
And Stephen, you did a couple of videos on the plywood.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the plywood.
Okay.
And I can tell you right now, I'm gonna put the camera down.
Okay.
And there's already a big lump. I don't know if you can see some of this lump.
I can. I actually can. I can see it.
You can see it?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so let's get up here. So once again, if there's ever been a time for everyone to, kind of pay close attention here, I want everybody to take a look at this. Now, Stephen, do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see the plywood?
I do. It's separating. Looks like it's separating.
Yes. Do you see it bending up?
Yep. Separating and warping.
It is warping. And it's warping really bad, sir.
Oh, my gosh. I see that.
Okay. All right. So now I'm going to take you down here. to the deck, I'm going to show you something else real quick.
Okay.
As you can see, they're getting ready for the Shack Fest and all that.
Yeah, they look like they're pretty busy over there.
Now, Stephen, we talked about a couple weeks ago, I was here, and the engineer was doing some woodwork.
Right.
So here's the woodwork, and I'm really not sure if it's going to stay this way or not. I'm going to assume that this is going to get worked on more because it really looks patchy. Do you see this?
Yeah, I do. And I'll tell you right now, you would have noticed an issue with leaking down on prom deck if that had leaked. So even though it doesn't look aesthetically pleasing, it probably did the job of being sealed. So we're
right.
So I think that I think they're going to be learning, the process, because on that, see, they actually did the process that they've done for the last 30 years. You have the partial teak planks that are cut in half, and then they've put plywood underneath, and then they've laid original teak planking on top, but it's not a full board.
Okay, so I'm gonna show you something else right now.
All right.
See this water right here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of go here, and you can see the water is seeping all through it. You see that?
Yes.
See how it's coming through?
I do. I see that. Now, see, that's
really bad right here.
That same situation. You've got the half-sized original teak planks on top of plywood, and that is failing. That's
Okay, this is the piece I want you to see. Now I want you to see this. Do you see this? Watch.
Yes.
Look.
Oh, I saw the water. Oh, I hear it. I hear the water. Yes.
But do you see what I'm doing?
Yes. Yeah, you're
coming through.
Yeah, you're compressing the surface so that the water starts to squeeze up.
Does everybody see that?
Yeah, that's.
So you saw as I was pressing how that water was coming right out.
Right.
Okay. So. Oh, well, look who's here. How you doing? I have some friends of mine. This is GM, our general manager, Steve.
Hey,
how you doing? Say hello to all of our guests.
Oh my gosh, it's Steve Kaloka. Steve, tell him the other Steve says hi.
Oh, good to see you, everybody.
Well,
this is wonderful. What a beautiful day, huh?
It is absolutely.
And it's a beautiful day every day on the Queen. Right?
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. And we're sharing, we're talking, we're coming here after the rain's gone by. We do see a little bit of flooding. We do see a little bit of that plywood bending a little bit. And I'm so glad you're here because we talked about this, that there's a chance that it could get a little, like that.
Yeah, it did. But the ship weathered the storm, if you will. Right?
Yes, it did.
I know that's a pun there, but yeah, the ship is beautiful, and it was in good hands with our maintenance department, and I think it turned out well. We still have a few leaks here.
Yeah, and that's going to happen.
But safety's number one, and I think it went good. We were sold out during the weekend too.
Wow!
Wow! Really?
Everyone was safe. Went well. Yeah, we're very happy.
And the neat thing to know is that the ship was built 80 plus years ago to withstand storms and hurricanes and everything.
Oh yeah.
So it's 80 years old plus, and it's still here. It's still doing what it's doing.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. And I have to go back to the meeting. I just saw you outside the window and figured I'd say hi to my friend.
Well, good to see you. Good to see you. Really appreciate you coming out and saying. Everybody's gonna be so excited to see you. So,
oh my God,
thank you very much,
right.
and thank you for letting us kind of patrol around. To come around and see the work and see what you're doing.
Tell him. I'm very, very impressed with how it handled because I've seen a lot less storms with a lot more damage. So. Very impressed.
Well, we have a good team, so thank you very much.
You can hear me. Bye, Steve.
By the way, the ham and cheese sandwich is fantastic. I had it down there. We'll see you later. Take care. Thanks for coming out. That's awesome. Thank you. Okay, so there
Wow.
you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. We got it.
That that was a face I was not expecting to see at this point. I mean, it's always good to see him, but
Well, let me just say this.
yeah.
You agree now that you and I are kind of somewhat famous for coming on here and making little reports, right?
We might be getting there.
Yeah.
Well,
that was really nice of him to come out. Because he's seen me. He's seen me come out here, and gonna show you something real quick.
okay. Oh yeah, yeah. So I'm going to I'm going to say this. They definitely need to get somebody out there to take care of the issues that we're seeing right now, because obviously that's a safety issue with the boards coming up.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, that's getting high there. So I can just tell you, Stephen, that first off, it was very, very nice of Steve Kaluka to come down and say hello.
Yeah.
I mean, that is pretty awesome, right out of the office. So, and you've always said kindly, there's a chance that they may be watching our reporting and what we share. So hopefully that's a fun, positive thing.
Yeah.
Right down here, I'm just gonna, down here by the stern.
Yeah.
By the other plywood. Do you see all that?
I can't see it in detail, but what's its overall shape? Same as prom deck?
Do you see where I'm coming down the stairs?
Okay.
Do you see it now?
I can
See I'm on the plywood?
Yeah. Yeah, so I see it buckling up and warping a little bit. About the same as the upper deck.
Well, it's here we go. You see that?
Yeah.
You see that?
Yep, I saw it. Yep. I think that they will deal with what they've experienced from this storm. They are going to need to come up with a new plan of attack, because this plan of attack isn't going to work. And I think they probably are realizing that.
And once again, and I know you did a video. We both kind of shared on what's going on right here.
Right.
With the new ships coming.
Right.
So basically, I can just say this, Stephen, that I could go on and on with this being bent, this being that. I think with General Manager Steve to come out, forgive me, I'm a little out of breath.
It's okay.
I think that was pretty nice.
Yeah.
And I think we got the gist of it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not ready to make to criticize. I mean, you always have situations where you try something and it doesn't work. And this is a case where they tried to do a temporary fix, because to do a permanent fix on the deck is going to take a lot of getting together, and I mean not just for the engineering and the design phase of it, but the money. They're going to have to figure out where the money is going to come from as well. So
exactly.
And
I got to tell you that's all that. That's what this is.
Right.
I'm going in between now. The ship. That's what this is all about. It's about money.
Yeah.
And we all know that our greatest days is when now this is a ship, but our two greatest days when we buy a boat is when we purchase it and the day we sell it, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And so we have to understand that the Queen Mary is not going anywhere. You still see me there?
Yes.
We know that the Queen Mary is not going anywhere, so...
Well, I used to own a 24-foot sailboat, and it was immediately proven to me what boat stands for.
Right.
Break out another 1,000.
Yeah. And as you can see, the stairs and stuff are not in the greatest condition. That's probably why right now guests cannot go up to the
Right.
upper bridge.
Yep.
So once again, big surprise there. I told, like we said, we told everybody if there was ever a time to watch, this was the time, and we did not know that General Manager Steve Kaluka was going to come out.
Oh, I think that was definitely a good thing, because now he's going to probably be aware anyways that we're now aware, but we've already had a conversation with him on it. So
yeah, and we did have that conversation, and they know,
right.
they know what's going on, and
Yeah.
we are here as people that love the Queen Mary. It's history. There's a lot of there's historians out there. There's a lot of people that want to see the Queen Mary here in the next 10, 20, 30 years. And when you and I and everybody else is gone, the history will live on here.
Yeah.
Because it is a part of America. I know we talk about the ghost and everything, but if you really want to do the history on the Queen Mary, Sir Winston Churchill, people say he saved us from Hitler. He saved us from Hitler taking over,
Right.
More of the world. And the Queen Mary was used a part of that, correct?
Correct. A huge
It's a
part.
beautiful day out there, Stephen.
Wow.
It's a real beautiful day. Not too many people here.
A little light,
but
a little light in the on the tourists.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The tours are here. The groups are filled up, but it's nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
And I've got to say that if you ever want to come down to the Queen Mary and visit when it's comfortable and it's nice, I'm going to turn the camera here. There you go. That's what you're going to get.
Yeah. And that's
basically the Queen Mary all to yourself.
And that's nice that right now you have full access to Sundeck. Before they had part of it closed, and before that all of it was closed. So
yeah.
I think you have a choice. You're going to have to either deal with the plywood temporary fixes so that you can go out on those upper decks, or you expect to see barricades, yellow tape and locked doors, because the prime thing is liability, and they are not going to risk being liable for somebody who trips, falls, or whatever on an uneven deck or a failing deck. So
yeah, you said it. Liability.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You said liability, because that is key here.
Yeah.
And if things don't get repaired, you're right. We're going to just see more locations closed, more yellow tape, more signs.
Yep.
And maybe for the guests that will get a little frustrating after a while. But we got to remember that once upon a time, an organization, and I hate to beat a dead horse here, but an organization called Urban Commons was given $25 million. And if anybody wants to double check me on this, they can go to the City Hall. They can go to the bookkeeping in Long Beach.
Right.
They were given $25 million to repairs for the Queen Mary.
Yep.
And to this day, and I think you agree with me, even the city council and everyone else, they have, am I correct? Once again, we have no idea where the $25 million went?
Correct.
Okay, so there you go. So unfortunately, you've got a new leaseholder. You have General Manager Steve. They're starting from ground zero.
Right.
They're starting from ground zero. And I know we can always look back and say, well, where'd the money go? Where'd the money go? Well, the money's gone. So now we got to start the whole show over again, and we got to go back to the piggy bank and start this up again.
Yeah.
So as you can see, if you come down here, you're going to have the whole place to yourself. If you can do this Monday through Thursday, it's not a problem to get around.
Yeah.
Anybody asking any questions, Steven?
Let's see here. Let me scroll up really quick. What deck was? Shiloh wanted to know what deck was the leaking that was going on with the fans.
Okay, so the hotel lobby. You know where the hotel lobby when you come in to check in?
Mm-hmm.
If you take one of those hallways and you go forward, you're basically going forward to the Glory Days museum section.
Right.
Right before that, there's that hallway as you go up.
Right. Okay. So it's
So that
A deck forward, and even though that's 2 decks down from prom deck, 3 decks down from sun deck, you wouldn't believe how far leaks from the upper decks travel. They may not necessarily leak into the immediate deck below. They can sometimes go down, several decks. They'll follow plumbing. They'll follow a conduit axis, because unlike her sailing days, every conduit, every pipe that would penetrate the deck plate would be sealed. Well, now they just drill a hole. So anything that comes in will follow that pipe, follow that conduit through the hole down into the next deck below, and that's probably the situation that's occurring on A deck right now.
Right, exactly. And I haven't even been down to the engine room at all. I probably could take us down there, but I already tried to do a signal down there and I lost you, so I don't know if I want to try that again. But,
yeah, it's exceptionally bad on D deck.
So, once again, everything as far as what looks normal. I mean, let me show you something here. I mean, there's a lot of work that just needs to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a lot of work. I was going to show you one area. Well, I think what you can do is, you could probably make a separate video with that little quick interview with Steve Kaluka right there.
Oh yeah, you could. Yeah, it's a possibility. Well,
jumping out of the office, so the guy did see us.
They're going to the past, urban commons, and even going further than that. The idea is to learn from the mistakes that have been made in the past, and then look forward. There is no reason to Monday morning coach.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you just don't want to do that. And so I think that Steve Kaluka is going to have an issue where they're going to have to pick their battles. There are so many things that need to be done on the ship, and the question will come down to, well, what has a higher priority than another item, and I would say that the upper decks are definitely a top priority, but there are some other top priority items. The shell plate on sun deck is, in my opinion, a slightly higher priority than maybe even the upper deck decking.
And just to show your audience, when you try to go up higher, up to the bridge and stuff, you're just going to run into these signs. You see that?
Ah, yes, right. Yeah.
You're just going to run into these signs.
Yeah.
So, it's tempting to want to go up there. I'm not going to lie. Do you see this right here?
Oh, yeah.
It's tempting to want to go up there, but at the same time, they're watching.
Right.
Perfect example. Steve came out of the office, and I think that was awesome. He's a really nice guy, and if you ever want to meet him and share suggestions, he is open. He'll have a conversation right with you here on the Queen Mary.
Yes, he will.
He will. He'll have I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
I've seen people pull him aside. So if you guys ever come here and you see Steve and you want to talk to him, he's got an open door policy. He'll be more than happy to talk to you. Wanted to show you this right here. Look at these steps.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I noticed that on my last visit a couple of weeks ago, that they're really bad on those kick plates, on those step kick plates.
I mean, it's almost like, when do you get to a point where you just throw in the towel and just bring in nothing but a bunch of experts to just tackle this place?
Yeah.
You know, when do you finally say, we just need to get this done? But I wanted to show you something else real quick, and I know you've seen this.
Yeah, go for it.
And I'm even beginning to wonder if was this Home Depot paint. Once again, as you can see, the rust is really bad here.
Oh, yeah.
But take a look at this up here. You see that?
Yeah, I do.
You know, it's just it's not stopping. This ship is not going to wait around for. It's not going to wait around for repairs, I guess, and it's going to have to take time. I mean, Steve Kaluka did say when we were in that meeting with him one day, it was going to take 5 years.
Yeah.
Am I correct? 5 years?
Yeah, to get the essential items that he can see needing to be done would be in 5 years. You know, the job would probably never end. You know, to be honest, it would be a never-ending thing. But but there's going to be some things have to be taken care of within like 6 months to a year, and then you're going to have some things that are going to take 3 to 5 years. It's all going to be a matter of priority, and like I said, they're going to have to pick their battles. But the thing is that they shouldn't be having to make the decision on their own. There needs to be some kind of advisory board formed, and that can include, not just, I know they're going to probably want to involve Queen Mary Heritage Foundation, but it should also involve Steamship Historical Society. It should involve QMI. It should involve, because those are the three major nonprofits that are in the SoCal area that are directly connected with the Queen Mary. And so I think that I think there should be a representative from each of those groups, particularly if they have a background of engineering or just ship maintenance would be nice.
And I got to tell you, I do this every time, but I put my hand on the veranda grill. Darn, the door's not open. But I got to tell you, they've really, really cleaned it up there. And it's unfortunate my camera can't get in there.
Yeah.
But the veranda grill looks really, really cleaned up.
Oh, that's good.
It looks really, really nice. And I wish I could get you to see that in there, but I'm looking through here, and it looks really nice. You and I were in here one night with Steve.
With Steve, yeah.
And a group, and it looked kind of, and it didn't it didn't look great, but anyway, it's getting worked on, and it looks really good. So I guess in review, to kind of put a cap on all this is this right here.
Yeah.
Is the decking.
Yep.
This to me is the biggest concern.
Right.
And maybe this is something you can you heard Steve say that. You see my foot?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Steve's being positive.
Mary, I'm going to say Mary Rohr just made a comment, and I want to bring up what Mary's comment was here, Jamie.
Okay.
She says community awareness is the right direction, and keeping people in the conversation of new possibilities. Events like this one are appreciated, and I think that's correct. You can have some people look at it in a negative effect, but that's usually when there are other things going on where they don't want information and that type of stuff to get out into the public ear and eye. And I don't see that,
Well,
go ahead.
well, no, thank you, Mary. Mary's watching right now. I appreciate that being shared because it's true. It needs to be out of the public eye so that people can see and people can see the need.
Right.
And I think that's really good. Now, if we go down here, we go down to a deck that was built 85, the Queen Mary deck, right? There's no problems.
Yeah.
Here's the deck, right? Here it is. Everything is fine, right?
Right.
I don't feel anything. So once again, 80 some years ago, they built it to be in the ocean. Now, as you know, there's more plywood down there. You see that?
Right.
And it's doing what it's doing. So I really appreciate. Yeah, that's really nice, and I appreciate Mary sharing that because you and I, kind of went back and forth about, hey, do we share a little bit of this stuff to the public, to our viewers? And
Yeah.
lo and behold, General Manager Steve Kaluka shows.
Well, the last thing that
I'm so glad you stayed on the air. I'm so glad. What?
The last thing that we need to do
I'm
is.
so glad you.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say
I'm just glad you did. I'm glad you didn't hang up on me and say goodbye, Jamie. It's your show.
Yeah, you take care of it from here.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say I think that the last thing that we would want to do is be like we're not really trying to be a whistleblower. It's bringing attention to everything positive and negative about the ship, and the fact that we can get to still talk to Steve about the things that we find out is very is a very positive thing to do. And I'm hoping that I can schedule. Oh, I shouldn't say this. So there might be an interview coming up here with somebody who we may or may not have seen, but I'm hoping that if that happens, that this topic can be brought up, and and then he can answer the question. Is there any plan right now on what to do?
We're here to support him.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to support what's going on.
Right.
I don't know if you heard what I said. Is when Steve Kaluka showed up. I'm glad you didn't hang up on me and say it's your show, buddy. Goodbye.
Yeah, I did hear that.
But the thing about it is, like Mary said, like Mary shared, that the public sees this, they see what's going on. Okay, we can get frustrated, but let's move forward.
Right.
Let's,
and to coordinate a plan for the future. It doesn't have. It's obviously not going to happen tomorrow. But we want to make sure that something happens, and I think that some kind of an advisory board needs to be created, and that would include somebody from maybe the Long Beach Public Works, because I think they're going to be involved, and we're talking about major projects, not reupholstering furniture, but actual structural work, and the deck is you're protecting the infrastructure of the ship, so that's a major thing.
Well, the key is we can continue to show stuff all afternoon: the paint, the wood, the deck. I hope this was a good broadcast for you.
Jamie,
to get the word out.
Jamie, you did excellent. I'm glad we were able to resolve the signal issues.
Thank you, bro.
All right, man. So call me later, and
okay.
And we'll do a debrief after the stream here. But thank you very much for connecting with me and showing us the ship.
You are very welcome, and once again, all aboard soon. Thank you, Stephen.
All right, thank you very much. We'll see you later, Jamie.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everybody. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Let me make sure I get this off. There we go. I'm going to turn that off. So, I kind of had a little bit of a heads up of what he had found, because I had talked to him on the phone before we went live. And in all my honest opinion, I am amazed that there wasn't as much water damage from the storm as there was. Apparently ADEC has this leak forward end, and that seems to be the only area of the ship so far that has shown actual leakage. You know, there were storms where water accumulated on prom deck, backed up in the scuppers coming down from sun deck, and at that time there were windows missing. So like every fourth or fifth window on prom deck was open, like completely open, and so you had rain coming in from the open windows, you had water accumulating from the upper decks, and it would actually create like lakes on prom deck near where the issues are with the sideshell plate, and that is that was what I was kind of expecting, and they don't drain right away. It took a couple of days, so I figured that if there wasn't a puddle remaining, that there would be evidence of it, because you usually see the residual, all the dirt and the garbage and everything that kind of accumulates with the puddle. It makes, unless they mopped the deck, and I don't think they have, it would have definitely shown. So I am impressed with how the ship handled. On those aft decks, we move on. We'll make our we've already kind of made our we've brought it to their attention, and then we'll be here to help them if they need any help or advice. And that's where we're going to leave it there with that. I did want to show you one thing, though. Let's see here. Is it this? Yes, it's this. So I was just pulling this up, and this is just a Google image search, but I don't think this would necessarily be good for the main traversing decks, not prom deck, not sun deck. I'm thinking more along the lines of sports deck and signal deck and bridge deck. The upper decks that need covering, but were originally, teak planked. There are various choices on either going with a faux wood planking, whether they do vinyl, they do crushed cork, and then there are alternative woods that can be used that are considerably cheaper than teak. Now they did that on main deck forward. They used a different kind of wood, and I forget what kind of wood it is. But it looked good when they applied it down in 2017, or no, 2019, no, 2020 actually. And actually, let's see, can I show that to you? Oh, okay, let's see if I can show that to you. Hold on, everybody. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. So I'll tell you this right now. I have a complete and utter mess of my image files. I mean, a disastrous mess. And I have kept telling myself I need to do a sorting out. And oh, wait a minute, there might be one other place. My problem is I can't ever find anything that I'm looking for. I'll find things that I was looking for, that I'm no longer looking for. I'll find them later. But if I need something right now, I can't put my hand on it. Okay, let's see here. Oh, please be here. Please be here. Yeah, good. Okay, very good. Okay, I can put this, copy, and we're going to go downloads, live. This should work. Okay. So just to wrap up on, I think that the upper decks, like bridge deck, signal deck, sports deck, even the areas like above, like the veranda grill, or actually above Sir Winston's, so they were teak planked at one time. They're no longer teak planked. They have a kind of a rubber coating, sloppily put on there, but it's now old. I mean, they did that 30, 40 years ago, and it's now showing signs of cracking. And that's what failed on Sir Winston's in 2017, was that same rubber coating in there. So I think those upper areas need to have some kind of a permanent solution, with going along with making it look as original as possible. So I'm thinking that that's where you would put in the faux teak deck surface, and these are the deck surfaces that are used on cruise ships today. You can get it in simulated wood grain, you can get them just in colors, and you can get them in all kinds of different colors. You can go with a plank look, you can go with a solid color. There are so many different options that they could go with, and picking one that would look close enough to the original teak planking, I think, is probably the best way to go. But there's options. There's options. So this is just one thought. And get rid of that. Okay, so we want to bring up. We want to bring that up. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, wait a minute. Well, that wasn't exactly supposed to be there. Yeah. So, yeah, I sort of kind of let the cat out of the bag here. Let's see. All right, we'll just stop there. So, everybody, this is Queen Elizabeth as she came in this morning into San Pedro, into Slip 93. And these photos are courtesy of Scott Ferris, and I believe also Brendan Ryan was with him. They're board members of QMI. And so they were up at the, I think, before the butt crack of dawn to get her coming in. I've done this many times myself. You literally have to camp out and wait, because they can sometimes come in at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. But they were out there to get her arrival, and so I thought I'd show these to you really quick. Oh, let me pull up. I didn't have the chat window up. Hold on. There we go. See if I can make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Which if they had only gone over to the other side to get more of a full-on profile, side profile shot of her. But I can't be picky. Okay. So I need to. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let me stop that. Okay, 1 second. Oh, yeah, okay. Add directory. Downloads. And we can get rid of that one. Okay, that'll work. Image slideshow. Oh my goodness. Why is that so big? Holy moly. Hold on. This thing was huge. Oh, we got a little bit smaller. Okay, there we go. So I thought I'd share these with you too because I wanted to show you the deck. But these were taken on March 5th, I think. Yeah, I think March 5th of 2020. So literally like a couple weeks before the COVID shutdown. And the Queen Mary kind of lingered on a little bit. Was supposed to be like a COVID quarantine, site. And I don't think it ever became that. I think Urban Commons was packing their bags already. when I think that was kind of a blessing in disguise for them. It was an excuse for them to get off the ship without being noticed. But we knew about COVID, but we didn't think that it was actually that much to worry about. So I had to come on board to visit a friend. But so this is the night I came on board. I just came to visit him. We went to the observation bar and then walked around, but. And you can see here that the, at this time they hadn't changed the lighting in the A-deck lobby area, so it was still all fluorescent lighting here. And this was his cabin. He had A009, I believe. Nice little cabin. Very nice. So this would be on the starboard side, forward end of from the lobby area. Oh, Mary's leaving? Let's see here. Did I miss somebody leaving? I saw somebody saying goodbye. All right. Well, if Mary's leaving, bye, Mary. We'll talk later. Nice little cabin. It had a few little interesting details to it. It had a little, like a little privacy partition that my last cabin had, which would make sense because I had A012. So here's the deck planking that had just been finished on main deck forward, and the wood itself looks wonderful. I was impressed with the quality of the wood. I was not impressed with the craftsmanship of the installation. You should not be having these big, huge boards along, the inner line from the scupper there, as a, your little buffer between the planks and that. They did not copy the original plank design. What they needed to do is come in there, photograph all of the teak planking, get dimensional drawings put together, and then when you lay the new deck, use that as your template to lay the new planks. They didn't do that. It all went into the garbage, and nobody got any photographs, no measurements, nothing. So they had to all do it from scratch, and they didn't do it right. Now, I have double pictures in here because some of them are, I touched them up, brought up, contrast and color and all that stuff. So I have to see, that one's a little bit brighter colored. Of course, no trip to the Queen Mary can be complete without going to the observation bar, so that's where we went. Oh. Oh, that's so interesting. Why is it only showing... Hold on. This doesn't make any sense to me. It should be, there should be more pictures in that than 15. Hold on. Let's look again. Properties. Oh yeah, let's just do this. Open. Okay. Oh, maybe 15 is the maximum I can do, because it'll only let me put in 15 on this one. Learning all of these little tricks. So we'll get through these here really quick. Observation bar still. There's my friend Chris Blair. Him and I are there having our drinks as usual. A little blurry on the camera, but you know. Now, one of the first things I had noticed when I come there that night was the missing staircase to the docking bridge on main deck aft. That was actually rather shocking to me because it had been there until fairly recently, and I don't know where it went. I've still been trying to find out, did it get put in the garbage? Is it stored down below somewhere? I don't know. This hasn't changed too much. It still looks the same as today. This is a men's restroom that's on prom deck, located just forward of the first class smoking room. That still has the original mosaic floor. No longer used as a bathroom, obviously, but the bathroom still remains. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can. Properties again. Boy, I don't have to do this. This will suck if I have to do this every time. I should have just opened up a different viewer. Oh well. I wasn't really planning on going into all this, but what the heck? We're here. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the chat here really quick, just to see if anybody had anything to say or questions or anything at all. Elizabeth came from San Francisco. Oh yeah, Mary said that. Yeah, she came from from her Alaska cruises, and she's transitioning right now. So from Los Angeles, she's gonna head out to South America actually. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I guess they were all still in here. Oh, this is driving me nuts. Oh well. Ozzy's asking, when will I go back to the Queen Mary? I'm probably in the next couple of weeks. Probably like the second week of September. That's my plan. Oh, come on. Let's see. I get it? No. No. All right. All right. We'll get out of that. Let's see. I did have one other thing to show. Oh, no, I guess I didn't. Yeah, that. All right. Since I'm having a problem with that anyways, we'll save that for another time. So yeah, this is my conclusion for the coverage of the well, wasn't really a hurricane, I guess, but for Hillary. I still haven't gotten used to Hillary. Both pains. Never mind. I won't even go there. But I am looking at wanting to do a live stream for everybody, maybe every other week or so, possibly maybe the first and third Wednesday of the month. So if anybody's got any ideas, I'm gonna put a group posting in the community, and feel free to add your comments, questions, ideas on for doing a live stream with you guys, and what you guys would like to see, what you would like to do. History Adventures says, I follow Long Beach City Council meetings on YouTube and got a notification of them doing one now. They talk about these findings tonight? They're having one tonight? That would be interesting if they are. Oh, I didn't even I didn't even realize Jamie was in there. Hi, Jamie. Stupid me. Of course Jamie can join the chat. Kind of hard when you're working your phone at the same time, but yeah, Alex, I was gonna make the comment. I saw your dad's new video up. Again, it looks delicious, but I'm gonna have to see. Watch it probably later on. Let's see. Today is Tuesday. It's it's the next to last Tuesday of the month. I don't see. They have all kinds of different meetings during each week of the month. And they don't usually talk about the Queen Mary unless it's something that needs to be brought up to the council. And they're usually not. They're not work group sessions. They are actual meetings. So, everything's all prim and proper. You have an agenda and everything. You only deal with the items that are on the agenda, and yeah. So I don't think anything is brought up here now in this live stream is going to be discussed at the meeting. I'd be very, very shocked if it was. But I do try to pay attention, like you were saying. If there's going to be some item on the agenda that involves the Queen Mary, I'd usually try to join in for their live stream to watch the city council meeting. On occasion, I've actually gone to the meeting. I've even spoken at the city council meeting a couple times. But, yeah, they have been dealing with a lot of the homeless. Rex Richardson, and even Mayor Garcia before that, were at least showing that they were trying to be active or proactive in their homelessness issue. I don't know whether there has been a lot of progress made. I don't live in Long Beach. if I go by my visual perspective of things, I don't think I've seen a lot of progress, but I don't view all of Long Beach all the time, so I won't be critical of their efforts. Let's see here. Okay. Well, I got really excited over. Well, I was sad, disappointed, worked up, charged. All my emotions, all the different emotions of what we had discovered today with the deck. And then throw in Steve Koloka to boot. That was I was not expecting to see him come out, but he will be getting he will be hearing from me here in the next couple of weeks anyway. So hopefully we can bring up the conversation and I can report back to you guys on what I find out then, and hopefully maybe an interview. We'll see. History Adventure is saying, yeah, I'm a Michigander and historic tour guide YouTuber as a hobby. But I love my ships and I love my Queen Mary and her legacy. And I can't even imagine, so I've grown up in Southern California most of my life. Now I live in Las Vegas. So the Queen Mary is easily, 4-hour drive away. So if I want to go to the Queen Mary, I can go to the Queen Mary. But over the years and decades, I have lived in Iowa. I've lived in St. Louis. And when I lived out there, it's not like you can just, get in the car and drive a few hours and you can go, wherever you want in Southern California. It's a planning out. I have to fly because I'm not going to do the drive. And that's very frustrating. To be so into a ship and not be able to see her gets very frustrating. I'm just sorting through the chat again just real quick, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. A lot of stuff that was mentioned is stuff that we've already either talked about or we've moved on. All right, guys. Well, you know what? It is 5 minutes after 5, so we've been on for a little over an hour. And I think we can probably wrap it up. But I'm so glad that we got a report. And I was glad I was able to show you the Queen Elizabeth as well. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to show that to you. And thanks to Mary, who got the pictures from Scott for me to show. I wish I had been down there. I was tempted to actually make the drive down there yesterday to be there for today. And it's a good thing I didn't, because I've got too much stuff to do here. Yeah, life is too busy. Yeah. And doing that kind of work, preservation work, I've been involved with, preservation work, but on a much smaller scale. I've worked on railroad equipment, railroad cars for decades. Those things are only 85 feet long. Well, my car that I have is 85 feet long. I can't imagine dealing with something, thousands of times larger, 1,019 feet long. But, a lot of the experience that I have in doing the restoration and renovation on railroad cars, it falls in line with a lot of work that would need to be done on the Queen Mary. So I have a little bit of a background. All right, guys. Any last questions? Any comments or anything before we say goodbye? Jamie says he's relaxing. You must have walked that deck around in circles at least 5 or 6 times. So you well passed a mile. So you got your exercise. Now it's gonna be time for dinner, which is exactly what I have to go do here now is fix dinner. I was just waiting for anything to pop up, but I think we've tapped out the day. I hope you got you got some good information. I think that we got a good report from Jamie, and we will continue to work on getting more information. Oh, Ozzy wants to know what the weather was like in Vegas today. Mostly sunny. I think low 90s maybe today. So yeah, quite a bit of a change from a few days ago. And we're supposed to creep back up. No other signs of storms or anything. No monsoonal weather. I think we're kind of getting out of our monsoonal weather now. I know you guys get a lot of it more down in Arizona, so. And believe me, I'm not coming down to Arizona until October. I'm not even going to try September to work on the train car. I'm October at the soonest, possibly. So. Yeah, Jamie he was blown away by it. I was like, yeah, that was very surprising, but it was good to see him. All right, everybody, I'm going to say goodbye for now. Hope you enjoyed the live stream with everybody together. It's good to have all of you in the active chat so we can all kind of discuss the things that we want to talk about. And I wish I could see all of you, but I can't. But you can see me, and hopefully we'll be able to do this here soon. I'll put the post up here probably this evening in the community thing. You can share your thoughts and opinions on a more of a regular live stream. So we'll talk to you guys later. Take care for now.